everyone. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I am a huge G.I. Joe fan, probably as much as Star Wars, Star Trek, and some other stuff. It's just that it really hasn't ever come up. Well, I'm not a big gamer anymore at this age, but something caught my eye in the news. World of Tanks, which has been around for about a decade. It's basically a wargaming mech warrior style tank battle game. So, if you're unfamiliar with Mech Warrior, it was a video game that they created from the BattleTech universe, which was originally a tabletop wargaming slash role playing style game. And I can hear tanks going off outside right now with this thunderstorm. But yeah, so this game has been around for about a decade. Well, they announced a few days ago that they are going to come out with G.I. Joe skins. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look at this trailer and see what it's all about. So let's watch this, and then we'll kind of read the article and talk about it. Let me full screen it here.
This is Duke. He fights for freedom. Wherever there's trouble, G.I. Joe is there. Yo, Joe! And here is Cobra Commander, the leader of an evil organization determined to rule the world. Cobra!
This music is from the original
Showdown.
cartoon in the 80s.
G.I. Joe versus Cobra. For many years already, the G.I. Joe team has been protecting freedom from the cruel and merciless Cobra. This conflict has lasted for ages, and now it has come to our world of tanks. Let's battle!
I like those billboards and stuff, so you feel like you're in that universe.
G.I. Joe available now in World of Tanks. Choose your style. G.I. Joe Breakthrough Tank for the American TS-5 or Cobra Battle Operation Assault Tank for the T-54 first prototype. Starting from March 18th. Grab the following unique commanders from the Prime Gaming.
Now that's cool. That art right there is obviously based on the card backs for the action figures when they came out in 1982 and beyond. So it is also cool, the names of the tanks. They always had these acronyms for them. This is the BTT, and this is the BOA, get it. Cobra always had snake-based vehicle names, and even their figures and characters. But these two tanks, it should be noted, are not G.I. Joe tanks. They are reskins of existing tanks in the game. I think this is a Russian tank that dates back to the 1950s, and this might have been something the Americans worked on but never actually produced. I'm not really sure. But point is, it's not the Hiss tank that we've seen, the taller style tank with the little canopy in the front, or the Mobat, or the Mauler even from G.I. Joe. But still, just the fact that you can go in and play as G.I. Joe, getting that brand exposure with the Snake Eyes movie coming out, I think in October, is pretty cool. So there's that. And then the article itself says, Commanders, World of Tanks is launching a special collaboration and all of you can participate. Created by Hasbro, G.I. Joe is one of the most popular action figure lines in the world. Generation of kids in the U.S. and beyond played with them and were captivated by the struggle of the international elite Spec Ops team against their sworn enemies of Cobra, a multifaceted and masterfully coordinated global criminal network. Uncounted millions of battles, which have been fought with plastic action figures, often commanded by present-day online tankers, that's the gamers that play World of Tanks, have elevated G.I. Joe to the status of a cultural phenomenon. And I really think that's true, but I feel like the franchise doesn't get as much exposure as it should. Now, you had the cartoon. It was pretty good. There were some really good episodes, but where it's at is the original Marvel run comic, which we've talked about before on some live streams and stuff. It actually got picked back up, I don't know, about 5 years ago when a different comic publisher took over the the franchise, and they brought back Larry Hama, who had written, I think, almost every issue of the original run in the 80s. So he knows the characters. He was an artist. I think he designed a lot of the characters. And basically that comic was supposed to be a commercial for the toys, but it wound up being something that was really great. So if you can go onto Amazon and find a collected edition, I highly recommend it. It's a great comic book, period. So there's a couple of cheesy monologues from Cobra Commander and Duke here. I'm not going to read through those, but this is kind of what the game looks like if you've never played it. These kind of look like toys, which is probably the point, which I think is kind of cool because anyone wanting to play this as G.I. Joe isn't really looking for reality. And I see a lot of comments on the YouTube video where some of the purists are pissed off because they don't want fictional stuff in their universe. Apparently, the game has a setting where you can hide non-historical elements. So if you want to play G.I. Joe, you can. As G.I. Joe, you can. If you don't want to see that at all, just turn it off and shut up and let someone enjoy it. That's my opinion. So here are some pictures of it. They've got this really cool art here, and then you can get these decals. This is the Hiss, and this is the Mobat, the tanks I was mentioning earlier that are actually from the toy line, cartoon, comic book, and stuff. So it's cool that you can at least have those decals, and you get the emblems of Cobra and G.I. Joe. Some really cool artwork here. They are the commanders, I guess, in the game. So you get to basically interact with them. I've never played the game, so I couldn't be sure, but pretty cool that G.I. Joe is getting some exposure in 2021. It's pretty awesome because I'd like to see this franchise get more exposure than it does, but I don't want it to get exposure and then be changed and wokeified, because we can see that happening easily. So there it is. Check it out. And sometime we'll have to do a longer stream on G.I. Joe and show off some of the books and toys and comics and stuff that I have. But I did go to World of Tanks YouTube channel, and when I saw this thumbnail that came out just a few days ago, I thought this was supposed to be the Baroness. And then I actually played the video, and I guess this lady hosts a lot of videos for them. But anyway, pretty hilarious. So if you like G.I. Joe, check it out. If you like Wargaming, check it out and give it some support. Yo, Joe!